Okay. Let's see. We're working. All right. Yep. Sweet. Yes. Okay. I'm having a lot of issues streaming lately. Hopefully tonight goes a little smoother. Okay. Let's go. All right. So tonight I am going to be doing a long VFR flight from Norfolk, where I left off on the last flight, to Charleston, South Carolina. So I'm just filing my flight plan. I'm not using any GPS tonight. And I am no longer using the Piper. I'm going back to my beloved Cessna. All right, here's my route. So I'm going to depart in Norfolk, Southwest, and I'm only using VOR navigation. So going down to Kinston, and another 110 miles to North Myrtle Beach, and from there to Charleston. Got about a 3-hour flight, so this is going to be a long one. But I don't have to work tomorrow, so I don't care. No GPS, no autopilot tonight. I'm going to go old school here. I'm going to get flight following. I'll pick up flight following. Let's start up Cessna. All right, so walk through my checklist. Avionics are off. Autopilot, no autopilot. Throttle is open, 1/4 inch. Mixture full lean. Brakes, check. Prop is clear. Battery on. Yep. Alternator off. Beacon light is on. All right. Auxiliary fuel pump 3 to 5. Rich. Back to lean. Start it up. Come on. So this Airfoil Labs is tough to start. Nope. Try it again. One more time. I underprimed it. Switch the fuel tank to both. All right, one more try. Here we go. I might have flooded it. Hold on. There we go. Second time's a charm. All right. Key set to both. Alternator on. Radio's on. So like I said, no GPS tonight. I'm not going to use the 650. I'm going to rely solely on VOR navigation and getting all my frequencies off of my tablet. Okay, so Norfolk, I'm going to pick up my ATIS. That's 12715.
Conditions, clear. Temperature 14. Dew point 2. Altimeter 2998. Density altitude -100 feet. Arriving and departing runways 2332.
Set my
Advise on initial
gyro.
contact. You have information pop-up.
Information pop-up.
Norfolk International Airport. Information pop-up. 0051 Zulu. Wind 270 at 3.
Perfect.
Visibility 10.
All right, very little wind. That's good. I'm going to get clearance 118.5. All right, I'm going to pick up flight following to Charleston. There we go. Norfolk clearance. Skyhawk 225, Romeo Alpha, looking to pick up flight following to Norfolk at 6,000. 500.
November 225 Romeo, Alpha, Norfolk clearance on departure. Maintain VFR at or below 6,000 feet. Departure on 125.2, squawk 4623.
Okay. All right, maintain a VFR at or below 6,000 after departure. Departure frequency is 1252, squawk 4623, 5 Romeo Alpha. Gosh, this is the thing with this old transponder. It's not as easy as the GPS one. There we go. All right, so it's 6,000. I'm actually going to be flying to 6,500 for VFR. I forgot I'm not doing IFR. This is flight following. Okay, let me make sure I got everything situated here. Check my weight and balance here. Actually, I forgot to check my fuel. Okay, I need 271 pounds of fuel on board. So I have that. Put my weight in. I weigh 237. I'm going to simulate the wife. Car 150 minute. All right, got my weight situated. All right, pre-taxi flaps, get those a check. The avionics are on and set. I got my ATIS altimeter transponders on, and I'm squawking. Altitude mode, ADSB on, radio test. Yep, taxi lights. Where are we at? Oil pressure's good. Yeah. Brakes test, altitude turn coordinator, heading compass. All right, good. Let's get taxi. All right, so I don't really know this airport. This is a rather large airport that I don't know. Let's take a look. I'm down at the general aviation area, South General Aviation. So let's get taxi. Ground is on 121.9. I'm going to put departure here on standby right now, 12305. Oh, wait, no, 1252. Okay. All right, let's taxi. Norfolk ground, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha is a general aviation. Request taxi for VFR to the southwest. Flight following. Say again, last, that was unreadable. 5 Romeo Alpha.
Fine.
Norfolk ground, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha, taxi for VFR. Let me move over here. Norfolk ground, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha is at general aviation parking. Request taxi for VFR to the southwest. Be careful not to. Norfolk ground, radio check, 5 Romeo Alpha. Roger, request taxi from general aviation for VFR, 5 Romeo Alpha.
Five Romeo Alpha, taxi to runway 32 via Alpha.
32 via Alpha, 5 Romeo Alpha. All right, here we go. Okay, so no GPS. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at my flight plan here, load up some 117.15. Whoa. So my first waypoint, that is on a 227 heading. Okay, so 117.5. Do I have a VOR over here? I can. Oh yeah, 113.95. So we'll fly off of this one. On the what radial? 227 radial. And then 117.15 will be on standby. And we'll just go from there. Perfect. All VOR navigation tonight. No autopilot. Gotta stay on my toes. Sip of tea before takeoff here. All right. Pull up tower. Let's go. 128. Norfolk Tower, Scout 225 Romeo Alpha, holding short 32, ready for departure.
November 225 Romeo Alpha, Norfolk Tower, runway 32, winds 270 at 3. Cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 5 Romeo Alpha. So I'm using real weather. There's a small chance I could hit some clouds on the way down. If I do, no big deal. I'm just going to divert, or I can pick up IFR clearance if I need to. But we'll see. Okay, trim is set. Let's go. Here we go. $50, $55, rotate. Okay. So I can climb all the way up to 6,500. I'll make a left turn, a heading of 227. So I'm using pretty vanilla X-plane tonight. I'm not using auto ortho. I was going to do this on Pilot Edge, but I've been having so many streaming issues with my frame rates. Every time I stream, I get crushed at times. So I'm going to try to go pretty bare bones here and see if that fixes the problem. And if not, I'm just going to upgrade my GPU. All right, making my turn on heading. I have departure on stand.
Romeo Alpha, contact departure.
Over to departure, 5 Romeo Alpha. Norfolk departure, Skyhawk 225, runway Alpha is 800 for 6,500.
November 225 Romeo Alpha, Norfolk departure, radar contact.
Make sure I got my, doesn't look line, does it? 48. Oh wait, come on, man. Every time I do this, something goes wrong. Okay, well, I can't really do a VOR flight if my radial's not working. Isn't the radio working? All right, radio's not working. Start it over. So for whatever reason, my radial's not working. Try this again. Can't deal with any issues tonight. All right. So let's try something here on this. This looks a little dark. There we go. All right, so let's try this. right, I want to just do a VOR flight. If this isn't going to work, though, 16.9. My radials aren't working. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's working. All right, let's try this again. So I'm going to get Norfolk. I'm already like disheveled here. Get clearance back on 118.5. Norfolk clearance, Skyhawk 225, Romeo Alpha, flight following to Charleston at 6,500.
November 225 Romeo Alpha, Norfolk clearance cleared for flight following to Charleston. Maintain VFR at or below 6,500 feet. Departure on 125.2 squawk 1744. Expect runway 32.
Cleared for flight following to Charleston. Maintain VFR at or below 6,500. Departures on 1252 squawk 1744, and I'll expect 32. 5 Romeo Alpha. Oh, all right, I'm gonna get right to ground. 121.9. Okay, and ATIS I have 12715.
Conditions, clear. Temperature 14. Dew point 3. Altimeter 3001. Density altitude -100 feet. Arriving and departing runways 23, 32. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Advise on initial contact. You have information Quebec. Norfolk International Airport, information Quebec. 01510.
Ground's on 1219. Departure frequency is 1252. I'll pick up tower when I get to the ramp. All right, I got no COM2. I got no NAV2 tonight, so just VOR tonight. All right, call up ground. Norfolk ground, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha, General Aviation request taxi with Quebec.
5 Romeo Alpha, taxi to runway 32 via Alpha.
32 via Alpha, 5 Romeo Alpha. All right. Taxi lights on. I don't need nav lights. Three, 2 via Alpha. All right, I want to pump in my initial course. I'm going to be leaving 116.9 on the 2 radial. This is on the 227 radial. I just want to ride that for quite a ways. For 113 miles. 32 via Alpha. So we got to go over here, I believe. Yeah. Using the Airfoil Lab Cessna 172, my favorite general aviation aircraft in all of flight simulation. Quick taxi, and then we're going to go right away. So tower is going to be on. What is tower on? 120.8. Okay, no auto ortho tonight, nothing. I'm using pretty much vanilla X-plane, and it's a beta, so hopefully everything goes smooth. All right, let's go. Norfolk Tower, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha, ready for departure at 32.
November 225 Romeo Alpha, Norfolk Tower, runway 32, winds calm, cleared for takeoff.
Good for takeoff 32, 5 Romeo Alpha. Okay, yep, heading indicator is aligned with the compass. That's good. Oh, wait, is it? Hold on. Double check here. 71. Yeah. Almost. 227's our initial heading. Let's go. Flaps are working. Oh, wait, what am I squawking? Tower, can I get my squawk code again, please? 5 Romeo Alpha.
5 Romeo Alpha, runway 32, winds calm, cleared for
That
takeoff.
was 1744. Clear for takeoff from the Alpha. Okay. 50, 55, rotate. Let's go.
November 365 Echo Golf, Tower, runway 36 left, line up the way, traffic on the 10 mile final. Spirit 909, cross runway 36 right on Juliet, and then contact ground 28.
Okay, I'm gonna make my left turn here in a second. Goodbye, Norfolk. All right, let's go. All right, so I just want to get on the 227 radial and ride that to my first waypoint. Up to 6,500.
Summary Delta Bravo, contact departure, good day.
Contact departure, 37 Delta Bravo.
November 5 Echo Golf, RNAV to Coyote, runway 36 left, clear for takeoff. Number 460, contact departure, good day.
Coach 460, have a great weekend.
5 Romeo Alpha, contact departure.
Over to departure, 5 Romeo Alpha. Norfolk departure, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha, 1,004, 6,500.
November 225 Romeo Alpha, Norfolk departure, radar contact.
All right, so I got to get over on my radial. All right, I'm waiting for this needle to swing back. So, no GPS, no autopilot tonight. It's going to be about a 3-hour flight. Let's see if I can do it. Should probably slow down on the drink though, so I don't have to take a piss. There's downtown Norfolk out my right window. All right, here comes the needle. Overshot. I gotta correct that, get back over a little more.
November 35 Quebec, we're doing navigation. Navigation to the northwest.
So I wanted to do a California flight tonight on Pilot Edge. I was planning on going from like the Sacramento area to Santa Barbara. But I don't know if I can stream and Pilot Edge at the same time because Pilot Edge kind of hogs the network. All right, let's get a still shot here. Here we go. Looks like shit.
Lucy, 17, 8140, 3200, right down. 3120, Lucy, 517.
So I hope everybody's having a good week. I'm having a freaking great week. I'm off all week. So I've been doing this every night, either streaming or just flying, sleeping in. Lucky that both of my kids sleep in.
All right, landing for now. We'll wait on our Lucy for the 82.
All right, so 6 miles from the airport. Oh.
Setting 090, Lucy, contact something. Heading 090, Lucy, contact something.
Basically just stayed on this heading for 113 miles.
Charlie Martin, 4809.1, climbing 4,000, heading 100.
Not pretty good. I contact on the maintain 5,000.
5,000, 4809.
Advance 43209 checking in out of 3600 for 8,000.
Advance 43209 headed north to the
Right, 270
So I'm going to punch in my next VOR. That's 117.5. So I only have one comm radio, one nav radio tonight. Again, I deactivated my GPS. I wanted to do this GPS free. Long flight with no GPS, no autopilot.
309, contact departure 124.0.
40, 4809, have a good day.
Passing 4,500 for 6,500.
3262, that's good.
If anyone is watching, how is the view on that stream cam? Is it good there? Should I go closer, farther away? More of a straight on shot? I never know what to do with the camera. Let's bring it in a little closer. Let's try that. Let's try this. Let's go like a little more over the shoulder here. There we go. Try that.
transport 3209, heavy contact, 32
Heading 120, American 1980.
I'm gonna go back a little more with the camera. Try that. See how that looks. Get a little more of a side view. Not that far.
Right, 90.4,
Oh.
2.9, kill.
Remember, I'm not doing this autopilot. Try it over here. Try that. Okay. Right. About that. I think that's the angle. Yeah, there we go. How's that? More of a straight on shot. All right, I'm right on the radio. Let's get back on it now. Back on heading 227. All right, passing 6,000. We're going to level off here in about 300 feet. Lean the mixture. Start the cruise. All right, that's 6,500 right there. Level off. Trim it out.
3315.
We'll go a little later in the day. This is what's that? No, it's playing with the time here real quick. Let's go right there. So this would be 6:55 p.m. Half the flight will be light, half will be dark. Yeah, we'll go a little earlier. I don't want it to. 6 o'clock. I'll land when it's dark, but I don't want it to be dark the whole flight. Let's see a thing. All right, I gotta trim it out here. I'm a little high. Now I'm gonna try to do some hands-off flying with just the rudders. A little more throttle. Come on, come on.
12315, American 1980.
All right, let's try it. Go rudder flying only. Here we go. Look behind, no autopilot.
Lima 4780, just about greater contact on the maintain 5,000.
No,
Maintain 5,000, 4786.
trim it down a little more. Still climbing. RPM's 2350. That's good. All right, it is 28 degrees up here. Let's put the pitot heat on for a minute. Turn off the landing and taxi lights.
Lima 48, or sorry, Lima 48786, contact departure 134.0. Well, Lima 4786 today.
Progress 4589, turn right at 340, reporting on the hang up to 16,000, correct way to minimum, regard 4589.
All right, there we go. Level off at 6,500. We're right on the radio. 18 miles from the airport. So now we'll just stay on this heading for 93 miles. I don't know if I'm going to catch the. I'm going to try to catch the next VOR. Let's see. Nope. A little too far. All right.
0020 up to 16,000, please take it towards 02.
Hand flying is so much more fun. Kind of boring to just cruise on autopilot the whole time. GPS just makes it too easy. It's important to learn this kind of navigation and practice it often. Because GPS fails.
3455, please take it towards 02 so long.
All right, right on the radio. So if you're watching, this is my home-built Cessna flight simulator. Really finished it, I'd say about 4 or 5 months ago. Worked on it for quite a while because I had no idea what I was doing computer tech-wise. And I just had to do a lot of research. Every time I added something, a component or anything, I mean, anytime I hooked anything up, it took 10 times longer than I thought it was going to, be it hardware or software. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. I learned a lot along the way, though. Still a lot to learn. But it was a pain. I built this panel myself. The roof I built myself. The desk I modified. And I just pieced together the hardware and put it together. I'm not running the butt kicker tonight because I had that on the last stream, and the buzzing, I think, picked up on the stream a little bit, and somebody thought it was static. So I'm going without the butt kicker. So I'm not going to feel the turbulence or anything, but I do have a butt kicker. All right, I'm going to try to go hands off again, hands free for a while. Steering with the rudders. Try to keep on the radio, on the 227 radio out of Norfolk. That takes me right to my first waypoint, which is Kinston? Kinston? I don't know. I've never heard of Kinston. I don't know where it is. South of Greenville. I believe that's North Carolina. Yeah. So I'll be leaving Virginia into North Carolina shortly. Hit the coast, fly south along. I'll hit the coast at Myrtle Beach, and then take the coast to Charleston. About 3 hours in the air. Losing some altitude here. I gotta trim it up a little bit.
November 225 Romeo, Alpha, Norfolk departure, contact Washington departure on 125.7.
Over to Washington on 1257, 5 Romeo Alpha. Washington approach, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha with you at 6,500.
November 225 Romeo Alpha, Washington departure. Good evening. Whaleyville altimeter 30.04.
3004, 5 Romeo Alpha.
Lima 688, send maintain 3000. Lima 688, turn left heading 010.
So last night when I did a flight, I had a little fun at the end, and I did a highway landing in Santa Barbara on pilotage. That was fun. Did some dangerous maneuvers through the city. Maybe I'll do that when I get to Charleston. See if I can't land on a pier or something.
I'm 68, prepare to approach 27 right.
I do like to try to keep this as real world as possible, which is why I'm kind of bummed out I couldn't stream using pilotage, because it's way more realistic than say intentions. But I don't know. I have to figure out my network problem. No auto ortho tonight. Hopefully that's a start.
220. Vectors for the ILS 27 right.
Although I gotta say, this beta, this X-Plane beta, the vanilla scenery looks a lot better than it has. Nowhere near Microsoft Flight Simulator yet, but I don't know if it ever will be. But I don't really care. I don't need that, but it looks good. But the auto ortho helps so much more. Trim it down. Get my nose down.
4018, descend to maintain 6000. 4018, turn 10 degrees right, vectors for the approach, descend to 3000.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can pick up that VOR. My waypoint yet. Nope, not yet. Still too far.
PST right heavy, turn off heading 180, descend to maintain 3000. Pushing 5659, your approach, okay, thanks. You can just fly your present heading for the ILS 27 right.
Okay, just trying to stay right on the 227 radio.
Descend to 6000.
So just to show you though, I did map my cockpit. It's exactly like this. I mean, I got everything mapped either on the Air Manager Touch or all my hardware, all the way down to the fuel selector and the flaps panels in the right spot, the throttle in the prop, or not throttle prop, throttle mixture, excuse me, the light switches, the ignition panel, everything. So I got everything mapped. This GPS is on, but I'm not using it. I deactivated mine because I'm going GPS free tonight. A little more of a challenge.
PST right heavy, descend to 2100. PST right heavy, you're 4 miles to John, I think 240, 2001, your staff level watch, you're clear for the ILS 27 right approach.
Just flying with my feet. No curved screen, man. No. I looked into an ultra wide, and I mean I loved it. It would have been better for my frame rate too, but I've got 3 55-inch monitors instead. So I've got a 240 degree field of view. So that's beyond like the human eyesight capabilities, basically. So when you're sitting in the cockpit, I mean, you can't even see the backside of the screens. But I did look at it. I looked at the possibility of like a 49-inch ultra wide. But I wanted the full 240 degrees.
5659, descend to maintain 3000 on a heading of 355. 5659, turn left heading 3. Let's go 330. Your 1657 to approach. This is Juliet, 5 a.m. for the 27 right. Afterwards,
Up a little more. I'm a couple hundred feet lower than I want to be.
330, back for the approach.
I should be about 80 miles from my waypoint. I should be able to pick up this VOR soon. Not yet. Still shutting. I did start this whole trip using the Just Flight Piper Warrior. They just released that a couple weeks ago. But every time I try a different aircraft, I just miss this one. I love this Airfoil Lab Cessna. You can simulate every possible failure. It simulates everything. It's crazy. Like, I had to replace my shimmy damper yesterday. Just doesn't have those kind of features on any other aircraft other than maybe like the Hot Star Challenger is more detailed. But I didn't build this for corporate jet or any kind of jet, really. I just built this for general aviation, so I can switch it up, and though I don't have to just fly the Cessna, obviously, but I just love it. So I'm just flying with my feet right now. Hands off. No autopilot tonight. Keeps me on my toes. Just trying to find the right rudder balance. There we go. Right about there. Feels like autopilot. All trimmed out. It's very gratifying. That'll leave my mixture out a little more. Burning through my fuel here.
Approach UX 76037, passing level 185 or 15,000 destination Mike.
Next 76037 Heavy, project expect the hotel visual runway 2.
I got the vernier throttle project, so it's got the actual twisting motion for the fine tuning. I love that. And it's got the lock. And I got a friction lock here on the throttle. I'll get back on the radio here. All right, let me try to pick up the VOR again. Next one. There we go. Got it.
Pilot 3439, fighting 110.
Still a little. Yeah, let's stay with Norfolk for now. It's still a little weak and unreadable. Getting off the radio, I gotta get back over.
Good morning, Alpha 3389, out of 190, time to be the common 6, maintaining 15,000 with Delta. 3389, folks, good morning, descend via the town. Descend via the common, I cut the RNAV, approach on the Alpha 3389. I'm ready.
Good morning, Vicky, 556, 10,000, we'll be leveling at 11,000.
First morning, we have a
I knew this was going to be a very long flight, so
runway 27.
We have
2 cups.
open at Jet 556.
It's going to mess with me though, because I'm going to have to piss. There's no way I'm making this flight without taking a piss. Should I simulate pissing into an empty Gatorade bottle?
60,000.
United 1615 approach is going to be the Comet 2 arrival. It can be at or above on the arrival. Like the visual approach, United 27.
Okay, visual 27, descend via the arrival of United 1650.
I think once I get to Charleston, then I'll do another leg, Charleston down to I don't know how far you can get. I don't know if I can get all the way down to like Boca or West Palm. But from there, I want to shoot out to the Bahamas, and then Turks and Caicos, Puerto Rico. I want to get all the way down there, maybe weave my way all the way down to South America. Into what is that, Venezuela? North South America is Venezuela, I believe, right on the coast. So I think that's my plan. I'm going to do a long flight. I was planning it in the Piper, but I just can't. I got to do it in the Cessna. This is what the cockpit's mapped to. It's perfectly mapped to this, so I'm cool with just flying this. Oh, I gotta watch my altitude. I'm just slipping.
Cessna 246 November traffic, 12 o'clock in 3 miles, delivering 6,400 sites. No, the traffic not site flying 360.
Okay, we'll go to our weekend traffic, right? 4th of November. Approach at 689 with you, 11,000. We're ready for 80s to pop up.
It's a 689 approach, or that above me have call. And the runway 27, maintain on the top.
Okay, we'll maintain 11,000 and expecting a 27 exempt jet 689.
All right, check the VOR. There we go. All right, I picked up the needle on the next waypoint, so I can 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Fly heading 222. Yeah, 220. I'm gonna fly 220 now.
It's at 689, it's maintain 7,000.
7,000 exempt jet.
All right, 63 miles from my first waypoint, Kinston. Try to level off again here at 6,500.
Omega 10 Heavy 15,000.
Omega 10 Heavy approach. Traffic.
There we go. Trim it down a little. I'll play with this trim a little bit and find that sweet spot. Michael Brown. Oh my God, man. You're a hero to me, man. This is, I cannot believe how well this computer's done. I bought it thinking that even like the curved monitor wouldn't function. I mean, I've hooked up so much hardware to this and I've got so many plugins running, man. So my hat is off to you, man, because I don't know the first thing about computers. This thing runs beautifully. Yeah, man, this is an X-Force PC. I got it. I've been back and forth with Ken a few times. Like Ken. I'm not gonna say his last name on the stream. I'm sure you know him. But he helped me out big time because I had no idea. Like I didn't even know how to do a plugin for like the SciTech when I first got it. So he walked me through it big time. He spent an evening with like locked into my computer. keyed in, and he probably spent an hour and a half setting everything up for me. It was awesome. So I appreciate you guys, man. I'm gonna next one I get, I'm gonna keep going through you guys. My flight instructor actually has one of yours too. That's coincidentally. He's a commercial cargo pilot. He flies 757s. He's a first officer, and he also has one of yours. He's on his second computer from you actually. He's been doing X-Plane I think since X-Plane 9. But yeah, man, great computers, and I love your videos too. I'm always watching them when you post them. And I do subscribe to your channel, so.
173 Charlie Delta, level 5,000. Heading 110.
6172 Charlie Delta, submitter is 3014.
3014, 3 Charlie Delta.
And actually, I think I'm flying into your neck of the woods right now, man. If I'm not mistaken, you guys are based out of Columbia, isn't that right? I'm flying to Charleston, so I mean, pretty close. But I live up in Rochester, New York, and I'm simulating like a long flight to as far as I can go, basically, in the airfoil lab Cessna.
Sirius 3 Charlie Delta, turn 10 degrees right.
10 degrees left, 3 Charlie Delta.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Sirius 3
okay.
Charlie Delta, 10 degrees to the right.
I wish I was too, because we actually got a little snow up here this morning. I woke up to some snowflakes, and it was very miserable. Oh, passenger Escobar's got 2 computers from you too, Mike.
Romeo Delta traffic at your 1 o'clock.
That's awesome.
8 miles eastbound 860 level 4000.
Looking for traffic 9 Romeo.
I saw, now that you're on here, Mike, I don't know if you can hear me still, but I was actually on your website yesterday, and I was looking at like the Overkill pre-built system, and I saw that you got the 5090 in those, and I can't believe you can get those. It's crazy. But I think that might be my next one, like down the road. I might go with your Overkill system. I know it's not necessary, but it just looks so tempting. Oh yeah, that's him, man. That's you, isn't it, Brian? There he is. What's up, man? So yeah, so Michael, this is gonna be my flight instructor, man. My passenger Escobar. Brian, you fly, what is it, 757s, right? Yeah, it is fun, dude. I had a lot of difficulties with the streams, and I still don't have a lot of subscribers. Last time I checked, I'm under 100. So I just figured I'd be streaming, sitting here with like nobody watching, and it'd be boring as hell. So I was like, what's the point if I'm just gonna get crushed on my frame rates and have streaming issues? Because last night I streamed and I was having terrible luck with, I don't know if it was the auto ortho that was causing it, but something was getting choked. But yeah. Oh, you're on the 800. My bad. I don't know why I thought it was a 57.
Southwest 565, approach expectation approach from 180.
Wait, I forget. You told me you fly on X-Plane. You fly the Tolus? No. I don't remember which one it was now. Yeah, not easy to get, man. I know. I was looking, like, they're mostly resales now too, right? Like most people they're like secondary sales on the 5090s, and they're selling them for ridiculous prices. Like, come on. It's crazy that people actually buy that. It's their fault. It's not the people who sell them, it's the people buying them. It's insane. Zebo, sorry, that's it. Yeah. And you said you were going to be an alpha tester for the Airfoil Labs 737 Max, correct?
I have 584, reduce speed to 210.
I'm right on the radio.
What's the 0.9
Haven't heard back yet. Michael, you know Austin, I believe, right? So put in a good word for passenger Escobar to be an alpha tester for. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. He would have nothing to do with that. He probably has no affiliation with Airfoil Labs.
South 1310, when I book a run, Sky Urban Tech, that was on. What time?
The site, South 1310.
South 1310, the visual approach from Y7 right, maintain 210 knots until Baltic.
210, off the third visual, 7 right, Southwest 1310.
CC. Yeah, man, we got to set up a time. I got to talk that over with my wife and figure out the schedule for this.
Number 2157, passing 14.3, descending on the hydro 1.
I really wanted to do this on Pilot Edge tonight. That was my first plan. I was going to do a flight from like Sacramento down to Santa Barbara on Pilot Edge. But I can't stream and run Pilot Edge at the same time. There's always like a streaming error. And I know Pilot Edge is just so greedy when it comes to the network. But that was the original plan.
Reduce speed to 170, that is to maintain 5 knots.
Well, yeah, man, that was the whole point. I figured, you know, and it's so, I know how important it's got to be to just be like hands-on all the time. Like you just have to do this stuff constantly. You can't just. I don't know how people can like go through it and not, you know, all the practice they get is in the plane. Like seems very. Seems like it would take a lot longer than 40 hours.
1310, traffic 11 o'clock, 2 miles.
No, I didn't get the solo. You know, she's not there either. I don't know if you know who she was. But she was young. Young blonde girl. But I got pneumonia, like really bad. And maybe right before we had a scheduled lesson, and we just never I was down for like half the summer. And when I went to check back, she wasn't there anymore, and it slipped. School got really busy this year. I'm a teacher. Whatever, 60 hours. Yeah. Brian, where do you live, man? Are you in the city or are you in like another town? I'm over in Brighton. I'm only about 7 minutes from the airport. Oh, you're in Brockport. Do you fly out of Ledgedale? Obviously not the 737, but I know Ledgedale's in Brockport.
Well, we're going to 20.4, and we're going to speak to
I teach in Greece, which I mean it's on the same side, it's west side, but I teach in the Greece district. But I live in Brighton. Actually got a house here 2 years ago. Been here for a little over 2 years now. I moved from Buffalo. I grew up in Orchard Park. Too unkempt and not safe. Oh, Ledgedale, yeah. I had a student that flew out of there. Like, I guess they do. I don't know what. I'm guessing it was a club or something, but they did it for. Was it Girl Scouts or something? She was a scout, and she told me that she took a couple of lessons out of Ledgedale. I was like, what? Like and I think she was in like 7th or 8th grade. So I don't know what that was about, but I don't know what flying clubs are out there. If that would be one that would hook up with scouts and do that, I don't know. Do you do any general aviation flying other than your flight instruction, or pretty much spend most of your time in the 737?
Speed is your discretion. Expect that right.
All right, speed is your discretion. We'll expect it 708.
Oh, a lot will do intro flights to generate interest. Okay. Yeah, that's my ultimate goal, man. I think I want to, I would love to fly out of like Canandaigua and just fly the Finger Lakes, do some like flights to like Canandaigua to Ithaca or something like that, or down to Elmira. It's beautiful down there. It's still winter. I know it snowed today, man. I woke up seeing the snowflakes and it was just so miserable.
584, traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles southbound, airliner 7000.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. May's going to be crazy for me. May is like, it's definitely my busiest month. Every school year. I have like awards dinners every night or like concerts or functions I got to go to, sporting events. And then that's just for work. And then my kids have a bunch of stuff too. My son's really young. My son's only 3. But I'm thinking maybe like after Memorial Day. Oh yeah. Syracuse? Syracuse, that's another Charlie, right? That's a Class Charlie airspace airport. Yeah, it's gotta be. Is that Hancock? Is that right? Hancock?
Departure on 119.35.
Departure on 119.35. 5 Romeo Alpha. Departure Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha with you at 6,500.
November 225 Romeo Alpha, Washington departure. Good evening, Williamston, altimeter 30.06.
3006 5 Romeo Alpha. Hope you don't mind that I stole your call sign here. I had to take 225 Romeo Alpha after you told me about the 650 being in it. I was like, yeah, all right. And it's pretty much mapped to that perfectly, other than in the airfoil labs, they got the 530 for the most part. But I saw 5 Romeo Alpha has like a some kind of, is it it's not a G5, but I saw some kind of when I saw the cockpit view, I saw something in there.
Morning approach, American 572. We're at 20,000 descending on the Eagle arrival landing 8.
Same as Rochester.
American 572, roads expect to reach the approach runway 8.
American 572.
38 miles to Kinston. Should probably check the weather here. So I am flying real weather. I disabled Active Sky though. I wanted to use that, but I'm trying to eliminate as many things that are streaming. Yeah, weather looks fine.
Southwest 565, Cunningham approach 126.2.
Oh, actually, I might hit some clouds here. If that's the case, I will descend. Try to get under them. Yeah, I can get down. I'll get under them if I have to. Watch my heading. I still want to get you over here to try this, man. I want you to give it a go. Or we should, what we should do next time you're on, let's get on like VATSIM or something and do do you ever hear a shared flight? It's a subscription, so I'm not going to do it. I have enough subscriptions with this thing between Insane Tensions and Pilot Edge, and Navigraph and something else. What am I forgetting? But I would love to do like a share, like a joint flight, shared flight. I don't know if you've ever seen a guy. Yeah. Oh, you can do it with your subscription? Oh, you do have it. Oh, cool. Oh, G20. Okay. That's what I'm thinking of. 909. So 998 Romeo Alpha. That's the one with the G5s. That's the one that I've been in. But that's like that's an M, right? A 172M, if I'm not mistaken. A little older. Oh, I gotta watch my altitude.
Bravo Kilo is with you, descending via the pink one. We have information, Romeo.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we should definitely do that, man. When you have time. No, we should do it while I'm streaming, so I can get you on my stream. That would be cool. Let's wait till I get more subscribers, though. Yeah, I can't believe that fleet, man. Where do they get the money for all that? I mean, like 5 Romeo Alpha alone, that's got to be that's worth a couple $100,000, no doubt. And then I saw you got is it the Piper? Not the 180, was it? Is it the Arrow? I don't remember. But then you got like what, 4 or 5 Cessnas. And then I think, do you have a beach? Like a Bonanza or something, maybe? Piper Arrow, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. And they bought a Seneca? The Seneca's the 6-seater, right? The twin engine? It can't be cheap either. And a Piper Archer. Jeez. That's awesome, man. I'll trim it up here. Oh, the Skyline. That's the one, what is that, the 182? Or is that the 210? 182, I believe.
Yeah, 584, turning 050 to join.
That's got to be what, a $500,000 new? Easy?
050 to join, clear to visual submarine.
That's crazy. My dad was a pilot, not civilian. He was in the Marine Corps. And he that's how I got interested in it. But in high school, that was one of the things I wanted to do. I had a couple interests. I was thinking about military aviation, but not Marine. I was thinking like Air Force. But they told me I was too tall. I'm 6'7", and my eyes were a problem. I have horrible eyesight, so I had a couple of things working against me there. But he flew the A6 Intruder in Vietnam, and he gave me, oh my god, he gave me his manuals for those. He flew the Phantom too, the F4. And I tried to like study the manuals. It was insane.
China 505 heavy, maintain 250 knots.
That was cool that Michael Brown dropped in. So random.
Number 572, and Gino, reduce speed 2 to maintain 250 knots.
I'm gonna get my next VOR here, 114.4.
Speed 250, maintain that till last.
Okay, 50 is Gino, American 572.
Yeah, it was very restrictive, man. It was very restrictive. I talked to a recruiter about it. They didn't want me because of my genetics.
Little approach here, transport 37, 26, we're out at 19.4.
Oh, Michael's still here. What's up, man?
Transport 37, 26, heavy approach, expect original approach to runway 8.
Yeah, I was just telling him too that I don't know the first thing about computers. I mean, I am, most of these guys that do this flight siming stuff are super literate in it. Like I follow this guy and I'm back and forth with him a lot. His YouTube name is Cardboard Sim, and I mean he's building all the gauges himself, and it's just crazy. Like I just bought all this stuff from like Prop Wash or Real Sim Gear. This is a SciTech one. This is the SciTech I actually got from X-Force. And then, I mean, I got like the yoke. I just, I buy everything. There's another guy that like built his own yoke. Some Australian guy named Cessna. You guys are crazy, man. Like at the time it took for me just to do this and just to build the panel, it took me months. And just to figure out how it all works. Yeah, and that's not what I was interested in. I was interested in the like learning the aviation, not like computer stuff, you know. But it's kind of necessary a little bit because I've had so many issues that I've had to troubleshoot on my own that I figured out, you know. So now, I mean, if anything goes wrong, I know how to deal with it. Pain in the ass. What's going on my field here?
8 miles northbound of Beach 1900 at 8,000.
All right, so Brian, I don't know why here. My left fuel quantity is lower by about 2 gallons than my right, but my fuel selector is set to both. What's going on? I got a leak? I don't have a leak. Let me check my failures. No, everything's fine. Double check. Yeah. It's set to center. Oh.
Approach United 237 is
I'm talking about you. Yeah.
Approach to runway 8.
Farthest down from the right. The left. All right. So the right, I'm at 19 gallons. Left, 17 gallons. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Oh, that's normal. Okay.
And with 3175 approach, expect to be approach to runway 8.
It's probably a good thing because given how much more I weigh than my simulated wife, probably evens out the weight a little bit.
Van 505 heavy traffic passing off the left stop factor.
Did anybody get the beta running for the second beta running for X-Plane? I love it. I think the visuals are getting so much better. And again, I don't really care about the visuals that much. I know like so many people are on Microsoft because how it looks. But X-Plane is closing the gap. I mean, I'm using vanilla X-Plane right now on this beta. I'm not running auto ortho, and it looks pretty damn good. If you're way off, then there's a problem. Oh, with the left versus right. All right, let's do a little. I'm gonna do the rudders. Hands off. Oh, look, bomb, no autopilot. What's the longest flight you've ever done, Brian? How far do you typically hump?
American 497 approach, expect visual approach to runway 8.
Baltimore to what's PDX? Is that Alaska? No, can't be Alaska. Alaska wouldn't start with the kilo.
Clear.
PDX.
Sorry about that. Falcon 108 Bravo Kilo. Cutting approach 120.4.
Oh, Portland.
20.4, 13 Bravo Kilo.
That's 6.5 hours from Baltimore. Oh, you're flying against the winds, right? Fighting the wind.
And 439, 6 feet.
439 is the 225.
Figures. Yeah, strong winds aloft. I bet it's got to be at least 75 knots, right, out there? thinking you're probably what, like over 30,000, right? So. Of course, again.
Roger, Dr. Monterey, Norfolk VA, we did the send via the P1 information Romeo.
Well above 150. Oh my god, that sucks. Not good for the old fuel flow, huh? Fuel efficiency.
Transport 3726 heavy, reduced speed to 230, cruising 21.
Yeah, right.
21037.
I've noticed that too, man. Like the amount of times I've flown, I never really knew it before I started studying aviation. I was just like, what the hell is taking so long? But every time I would go like to and from Chicago, it's like twice as long flying there. I mean, I think some of those flights from Midway were like, what, 40, 45, 50 minutes? And then going back, it was always like an hour and a half. You're not paying for the gas, right?
Let me know when you're at 210 now, please.
When are you going to switch over to the 777? My brother-in-law actually has a good friend that's a 777 pilot for, what was that, Air Emirate? How do you say that company? Emirates? He lives out in Dubai, and he's a captain for a 777 out there. I talked to him a lot about it last summer when I was telling him I was building this flight simulator, and he was like so intrigued by it, and we started having a huge conversation about aviation. And then my dad got involved because my dad was also a pilot. But yeah, those 777s are crazy. He told me he had to do an emergency landing once in one in some like rinky-dink like Class Delta airport, and they'd never seen a plane like that fly in there. January 26th, nice. It's not bad, but 9 months. I'm assuming like the systems are just all completely different. Like you got to relearn so much of that and all the characteristics.
5 Romeo Alpha, contact Seymour Johnson, departure on 127.3.
Seymour Johnson. I don't want to Seymour Johnson. All right, I'll go Seymour Johnson at 127.3, 5 Romeo Alpha. Seymour Johnson, departure, Skyhawk T25 Romeo Alpha with you at 6,500.
November 225 Romeo Alpha, Seymour Johnson, departure. Good evening, Greenville altimeter 30.04.
Greenville altimeter 3004, 5 Romeo Alpha. Yeah, it's not like you're switching over to an Airbus, right? Oh, it's like all automated, yeah. That's all right. It's safe.
Transport 3726 heavy, traffic no factor, connect approach 126.6. Transport 3726.
All right, 10 miles to my first waypoint, finally.
237, reduced speed at 230.
Oh, the 230, United 237.
I have no idea what the winds are doing right now, speaking of which. I don't even know what my ground speed is. How do you find out your ground speed if you have no GPS, no G5s, anything? You're just all analog. Can't, right? Just gotta get your wind report and calculate it. Let me ask for it. Seymour Johnson departure, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha. Can I get a wind report, please? E6B computer. I didn't hear it. Say again, last 5 Romeo Alpha.
5 Romeo Alpha, wind 240 at 10 knots.
240, 10 knots. So I'm flying straight into the wind right now. 10 knots. So that means if I'm going, my airspeed is like what, 100 right now. So I'm probably going 90 knots ground speed. Is that how that works? Of course, here. No, I don't have an E6B computer. To be honest with you, I don't even know what that is. That's the E6B. Is that what tells you your true airspeed? Is that your ground speed? Ground speed and true airspeed, is that the same? Right, yeah, so that's this, right? That's the IAS. But then normally on the 650, you would see like a ground speed. So that would be like your true airspeed, right? Or no? Oh, it's not. Okay. See, I have a lot to learn, man. But don't tell me anymore. I'm not paying you. Save it for when you're on the clock. Speed through the air. Ground speed is straight over the ground. Oh, I got okay, right. So then the E6B tells you your true airspeed then, correct? I got it. Yeah, that makes sense, man. That makes sense.
Falcon 8 Bravo Kilo, terrain 350, so maintain 4,000.
350 down to 4,000, 10 Bravo Kilo.
I'll say I'm doing pretty good here without autopilot and GPS, though. I didn't know if I'd have the attention span to stick with it this long.
Falcon 8 Bravo Kilo, confirm sky over in sight, 7 o'clock, correction, 3 o'clock, get 10 on.
You are right on it.
108 Bravo Kilo inside.
108 Bravo Kilo, terrain 050 to join final, February approach from line 7 right.
050, join, approach 7 right. 10 Bravo Kilo.
E6 computer is a little gadget that helps you calculate a lot of stuff, different airspeeds, Mach numbers, crosswind directions, all kinds of temperature stuff. Okay. Sort of all-in-one handheld calculator. Oh, okay, I got it. Oh, so it's like, it's an external device.
Peaks up with 1536.22 on descendant speed to Eagle landing 8 with Sierra.
Plus 1536, we don't expect to look out from me.
Man, this thing is trimmed out right now. This is so gratifying. Text me a picture. Yeah, send me a pic. Let me see. Do you own one, or is it something that just like RAC has, or do you just, or your airline?
I reduce me down to 200.
All right, passing my.
We'll take
888, turn right into 222.
You are. So I have to leave this on the 222 radio. So that should switch over to from right about now. Boom. There we go. All right, so 110 nautical miles on this heading will take me to Myrtle Beach. What's crazy is I've never been to Myrtle Beach. I've been everywhere on the East Coast. Never been to Myrtle Beach for some reason. Like it just hit me. Like, wait, I've never been there. I don't really like the beach though. My wife does. I hate it. I hate just sitting on the beach in the stand, especially when they're crowded and just loud. I like the scenery of the beaches. I love the Outer Banks off North Carolina. That's my idyllic beach. Just underdeveloped, quiet, just sandbars. Feels like nature. Not like a resort. Send it. Let me take a look here. Oh, there. Okay. Oh, here it is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh God, it looks like a. Oh. So that's not digital. Like that's you do all the calculations yourself on it. Huh? Oh man. Is this a bad time to tell you I suck at math?
Number 707 Whiskey, Romer 7 right is on request, but for now, it's not on runway 8.
Let me show the stream. This is what Brian just sent me.
That was 3175. It is for the 2.
This is the EFB computer. Looks like a little like graph calculator from the 90s. There are digital versions, but yeah. RIC can't afford that, man. They gotta. They need to keep their fleet. Huh? Yeah, I'll look into those. Though. I might. I'll start reading up on them and figure out how to use them to get ahead of the curve. I'd like to get ahead on everything I can. So it's more less stressful. I'll get my own. No, I didn't get it yet. I didn't get it. Spent so much money on this damn simulator.
With 0. Was 249 0 approach from 8.
Okay. How much does like the whole kit run about? Under like 500, hopefully. Okay.
I was 592, Roger. Don't worry about that. Altitude suggesting net speed.
$230. Oh, it's not bad. Yeah, I'll start looking at that. Yeah, if there's anything else, you told me about the books and all that, but if that's all included, then great. If there's anything else that I need to get, let me know. Because again, I want to get ahead on everything that I can on my own, so I can just enjoy the rest of it, the instruction phases. All right, yeah, go check, man. Let me know.
Number 707 Whiskey, traffic 1 o'clock, 2 miles northwestbound, altitude indicates 12,500. Passing out right now. Station 70.
Okay,
Whiskey covered, no factory.
Sounds good.
Friday 7, say speak.
Oh man,
Friday 7, maintain that televised.
it's stiff. Oh. Pretty much right on this radial. 289, yeah, that's not bad, man. I was just worried to be like over 500. Like, oh.
250, then you set maintain 10,000.
Just to 250 knots and then down to 10,000.
Where do you get them from? Like Sporties or something, or you just get them from RAC? Okay, sounds good. Okay, yeah, so I can just get it right through them. Perfect.
Michelle 5867, you know, it's expected visual approach from 8.
Oh yeah, and Gleam is the book for the exam, right? For the check ride. That's what you want to study.
American 767, maintain 250 knots until touch.
Oh God. Couldn't tell you, man. I haven't. It's been about a year since I flown because I got pneumonia last summer and I was out for a lot, like half the summer, and then I could never get rescheduled because my CFI at the time left, lost track of her, and then it was such a crazy year. I never got back to it. But if you're looking. Passenger Escobar here on the chat. He's going to be my new CFI. He's a 737 pilot, and he does CFI work at RAC, where I'm going to be taking my instruction. So talking to you, DC Tropical.
Station 07 Whiskey, reduce speed to 210, then descend maintain 8,000.
This is a 210, then down to 8,000.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm in good shape now. I got in shape, made some lifestyle choice changes, and all good now. I did get sick. I got young kids at home, so we're constantly like we had strep a couple weeks ago, so there's always shit like that going on. But I'm good. We're rolling into the back nine of my life here. I want to get this going so I can have this as a cool hobby. Ultimate goal is to join like a flying club down in Canandaigua or something like that. Or I know Williams and Sodas has one, but that's kind of far. And do that in my summers off and eventually for my retirement. Pretty cool hobby.
I was 1192, reduce speed of 190.
All right, I'm gonna try to pick up Myrtle Beach here, 114.4. Nope, not yet.
Sorry, Southwest 1192, traffic 11 o'clock, 2 miles northbound, Boeing 737.
Oh, that's right. They rent the fleet out, don't they? I haven't even looked at that too much, but like you're probably better off doing that, right? Because I'm sure like the flying club aircraft are not in great shape. Although I got to stay away from 314 Romeo Alpha now that you told me it's a hunk of junk.
American 767, can I approach 120.4?
04, American 767.
Yeah, no worries. I like how all of the RAC call signs are Romeo Alpha, though. 314 Romeo Alpha, 214 Romeo Alpha, 225 Romeo Alpha, and 998 Romeo Alpha. Pretty cool. 998, just an LOL after that one. What is the 998 Romeo Alpha type? Is that an M or an N? And what are the upgrades coming to it? Which one do you fly the most? Do you ever fly like the Skylane or any of the Pipers? Oh, 998's the hunk of shit. Okay.
Number 33, 37 out of 10.
Do you have a preference? Do you have a favorite?
33, 37, first morning.
Oh, sorry, TC, I just missed that. It's cool. Personally, I just started a couple months ago, logged my 7th hour tonight. Excellent, man. The Skylane and the twin engines. I don't know 922. I'll look at that. I'll look that one up. TC, where are you based out of, man? Where are you doing your flight training? Have I ever tugged one off while flying? What do you call that? That doesn't really count as the Mile High Club. Have you, Frederick? Friedrich? Oh, transcontinental flight. Were you flying? That's not turbulence, folks. That's just the yoke. Yoke's in the way. Well, that's good. Because your co-pilot probably wouldn't have appreciated it too much. Near northern Alabama? Excellent. How far are you from like Nashville?
2861 pressure there. We are right. Pilot 1 is there depending on the route for runway 8 information CI.
I almost went to, I came close to going to Alabama, University of Alabama, Tuscaloosa, I believe. Came pretty close to going there for my undergrad.
1958, Via the Eagle, we're down 19,000 right now.
American 19 approach, expected middle approach.
Probably a quick 30, 45-minute hop if I had to guess. Kept all my flights local.
1958,
Nice. Very cool. How much is the setup, Christopher? I'll tell you what, man. I've never actually calculated it myself. If you look at my channel page, I list all the hardware that I put into it. But I know for a fact over 5 figures. I mean, the yoke alone is $2,000. The computer's probably the most expensive part. A lot of the hardware is not so bad. All this desktop pilot stuff is pretty cheap. The real sim gear, the 650 was.
Contact Wilmington departure on 135.75.
Wilmington departure 13575, 5 Romeo Alpha. Wilmington departure, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha with you at 6,500. But no, I've also wasted a lot of money.
Romeo Alpha, Wilmington departure. Good evening, Kenansville, altitude
Because
30.07.
3007, 5 Romeo Alpha. Because I didn't know what I was doing. So I bought a lot of components and parts that I don't even use anymore. I bought like all this SciTech stuff, like the SciTech yoke, which I hated. And like their throttle quadrant, which I hated. I had to get a new touchscreen because I broke one. I replaced my 430 with the 650 because the dual encoder knobs were failing already on it, and it was just frustrating. It'd take me a half hour to enter a flight plan sometimes. Not a half hour. That's being extreme, but I would say, I mean, if I did it all over again, and I know what I know, and I bought everything that I have here, I could probably do this for what, 6,000 or 7,000, 6,000 or 7,000. But I probably spent more than that because I spent a lot of time screwing up, and just like the little things, like I mean, just even like building the roof on it, and like all the, I don't know, like building the desk and the wood and everything you got to buy, the stand, building the stand, and you just have to spend a lot of money on. I even had to spend some money on tools, you know. So yeah, I'd say if you're gonna do something like this, you could probably build this exact replica. If you could do most of it yourself in terms of the desk and the panel for 6,000. And in my book, it's totally worth it if you can swing it. Totally worth it. My wife doesn't know that though, so hopefully she doesn't watch this. She doesn't give a shit. She's definitely not watching. She's just annoyed it takes up so much space in our extra rooms. I told her when I first built it that it's like, hey, look, honey, I want to get, you know, I'm at the point in my life right now where I really want to consider like get my private pilot license. You know, this is something I've always wanted to done. It's like a bucket list thing for me. And you know, if you wouldn't mind if I just put like a little flight simulator in the corner of the corner of my music room, like this is like a room where I got like all my guitars and my basses hung up, and I got like a little TV on the wall behind us. It used to just be like a chill room, and so I told her I was going to just put it up against the corner, and yeah, it evolved into this fiasco, and she didn't know what I was getting into with it, but it just turned into like an obsession. Like one thing led to the next, and then I was watching all these videos of these cockpit builds, and I was like, I could do that. So I did it, and it's taken up a good third, like probably about a quarter of this room, I'd say. But it's huge. I mean, these are 55-inch monitors. I mean, this is bigger than an actual Cessna. Like this panel, I cut this panel out to 39.5 inches, which I believe is the exact width dimensions of a Cessna panel. And I mean, look how much bigger but I'm huge. Like I'm like 6'7", 240 pounds. So like I didn't want to be crammed into this thing all day. I needed like headroom. I needed shoulder room. Sometimes my daughter likes to hop in, and she'll, like, I'm teaching her to fly. She could sit down and fly this thing for like a half hour, you know. So I didn't want it to be so jammed. So it's huge. Hold on. Just a few things. Probably a lot cheaper than commercial solutions. Oh yeah, 100%, man. GPS data from X-planes onto the EFB somehow. You'd have to ask that to Passenger Escobar. Turbopop versus piston? Piston, man, all day. I like flying the pistons. The turboprops are cool. I mean, it's the DA. I got the real sim gear. What is it? The DA 62. And that thing's crazy to fly. It's super fun. But or no, was that the 40 that real sim gear did? Not real sim gear. What was the other? It's the company that does all the diamonds. Aerobasque. That's. I mean, it's obviously really fun to fly. But I just prefer like the old school single engine, general aviation piston. Furthermore, the Cessnas. Like I like the 172, the 150. Not as big of a fan of the Pipers. I don't know what it is. Why I just don't like the Cherokee as much. I don't like the view out of the windows. I hate how the wings block that. It just feels, when I'm in the sim, it feels a little less stable. But I have heard that the Cherokees are easier to land than the Cessnas. I don't know if that's true or not. But lose his fingers. What was he doing? Yeah, I know you're going somewhere with that. Oh trying to manually start it. Okay. Wasn't whacking it too hard. Oh, because you gotta like, what? You gotta like throw the prop, right? That's how you gotta do that on like the Piper Cubs too, I believe.
Good, 6032 plus 40 miles south of Brody at flight level 190. 40 south of Brody.
That sucks.
Over yard 6032.
Like all of his fingers, like I mean, or like, man, I don't even want to think about that. I'm a musician too, so I need my fingers. So, yeah, I won't be doing any manual starts. All right, I gotta pick up my next. See if I can pick up Myrtle Beach now. No.
974.
114.4. I should be. Yeah.
974.
The 150s are just so small, though. I think that's my biggest problem. Given that I'm like 6'7", I don't know if I've never sat in one, so I don't know if I'd even fit in it. The 172 is really tight for me. Like really tight. 150, I don't know if I'd do it. But they're so cheap. Like I could easily afford a 150. That's the thing. At least buy it. I don't know if I could afford the maintenance and the upkeep on it. Because that's a whole different thing. Wanted to look cool for his fiance. Are they married, or was that a deal breaker? She did. All right, good woman. Didn't leave him after he got disfigured a little bit.
In the box part 2395, Volvo at 280, any routes for
2395.
I gotta say, guys, this is fun as hell streaming, man. I never thought I would like do this shit. This was just like meant to. It was the whole way this evolved into what I'm doing right now is I built the setup to train for my PPL. And then I started doing all the pilot edge ratings. So if you ever like go to my channel and look back, I'm going through all the pilot edge, cat, and I ratings. I'm almost done. I finished all the cat ratings, and I have 2 more instrument ratings to go, and then I'm done. Pilot edge is incredible. It's like live ATC, if you guys know what that is. Real world controllers. And they use it for a lot of training platforms, I know. And so I do that all the time, but I started uploading my videos so I could like watch them back and scrutinize. And then all of a sudden some people started watching them. I hit like 500 views on a video, and then I got like a pretty good amount of subscribers. Nothing crazy. I'm like I want to say I'm like high 80s, low 90s or something like that right now. I don't know the number. Not 100 yet, but it took off pretty quick, and it was kind of cool. So I decided to start streaming. And then I'm just having like hilarious conversations the whole time. People jump on that I don't know from different parts of the world. I was talking to some guys from Portugal the other day and Poland.
Contact Washington departure on 119.35.
Washington departure 119.35. Romeo Alpha. Washington departure Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha is with you at 6,500. They had like
November 225 Romeo Alpha, Washington departure. Good evening, wireless altimeter 30.08.
30.85 Romeo Alpha. You would do aileron rolls and nearly getting the spins. Did he do that with the fiance in the plane? Is that why? It's probably a good thing he lost his fingers on that. You know, that might have been the sign. Like, dude, this isn't for you. Not to make light of it, that actually sucks. But I mean, you gotta laugh at shit, right? Like, he was not. Yeah, I wasn't either, man. I talked to a recruiter, but they wouldn't have me because I have my height and my eyesight. So I'm 6'7", and I have horrible eyesight, like 4.50 in both eyes. And they were like, just nah, like, and that was like in the 90s, you know, like back before LASIK, and so it just was not meant to be for me. I don't know if I would have been a horrible pilot. My dad was a Marine Corps pilot. He flew A6 intruders in Vietnam. He also was trained on the F-4 Phantom, but he never flew that in combat. And that's where my interest for aviation started. But it would have been a cool career path. I mean, I definitely envy people that do that. But I'm not complaining. I got a pretty good life, and this is an awesome hobby. He was going to die otherwise. Is he a big drinker? Sounds like one. Not saying he was drinking while he's flying, but this just strikes me as a guy that likes to party, would do shit like that. Yep. Sounds fun, man. Sounds like my kind of dude. I'd love to hang out with him, but I don't think I'd want to fly with him. It's funny. He was not a good pilot and tried to treat his little plane like an F-16. Yeah. Not a good idea. You got to know your equipment, what it's capable of. Should I try to go do an aileron roll right now and see if I can get out of it? That'd be kind of fun. No, I want to, maybe I'll go to a stall or something in a little while. But this is running too smooth. There we go. Finally got Myrtle Beach. All right. Last night I did a stream, and I was talking with a really cool guy who was actually helping me out a lot with like my sound, because again, I don't know how to do this shit. So even like learning how to stream was tough for me. And my audio was horrible, and I realized that my butt kicker, he said it was super staticky, but when I listened back to it, I figured out that my butt kicker was running, and the butt kicker, like, you know, shakes and rattles, it vibrates, and the audio was picking up the shaking of the butt kicker, and it sounded like static on the recording. It sounded like shit. So, but anyway, the point is, at the end of the flight, I asked him to just do a couple sound check things for me if he wouldn't mind, and I ended up doing like all these acrobatic moves in the Cessna around Santa Barbara, like, you know, like 10 feet AGL, like down the highway, flying under bridges and shit. It was so fun. Maybe I'll do that tonight when I get into Charleston. Land and then do a little reward flight. Yeah, I will. I will for sure. It'll be fun. I'm gonna wait till I get there though. Because with my luck, I'll like. This is with this Cessna. This is the Airfoil Lab Cessna, and I'm going with the realistic failure scenario. So anytime I've had so many issues flying this thing. When I do things right, it really keeps you accountable to do it the right way. And so if I start doing aileron rolls and I go into a spin, I don't want to risk like some airframe damage, and then I got to do an emergency landing. I really want to finish this flight. Chris, you fly the 737? So does so my flight instructor, he's Passenger Escobar. I don't know if he's still on the flight or not. He was for a long time. But if you look back in the chat, he's a 737-800 pilot, but he's switching over to the 777 in 26. January 26, I think he said. Where are you based out of, Christopher? Do you guys both live in the States, by the way? Talking to Friedrich and Christopher. DCA. You're from Dallas? Oh, I lived in Houston for a while, man. I lived in Houston. So if you're flying out of Reagan, do you live in like Virginia or do you live in DC? I just pull up the pilot edge map. Maryland. Oh yeah, right, Maryland, of course. I don't know why I left Maryland up. But Reagan is in Virginia, right? Isn't it in like Arlington? No, it's not Arlington, is it? Let me see. Let's look on the map. DCA, there it is. Ronald Reagan. Wait, I'm trying to think. What's the other one? Dulles, right? Yeah, Dulles is the one I usually fly into. Reagan's right on the river. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so I've flown into Reagan once on a layover to the Bahamas. It's right on the river, right? Like you can see the monument like right out of the terminal windows. Oh yeah, BWI sucks. I hate that airport. I hate that city, Baltimore. I know BWI is not in Baltimore, but man, it's like one of my least favorite cities in the country. Shouldn't say hate, but not a crab cake guy. I had a buddy that was like a star lacrosse player at Towson University outside of Baltimore, and that's when I flew it. I would fly into to BWI a lot to like go hang out with him. That was always fun. He was on the lacrosse team there. They went to like the Final Four. He was on ESPN, and I remember the national championship game. He was playing on ESPN against Syracuse, and they were down by 1 goal, and his name was Brad. Brad literally doinked a shot off the goalpost with like 10 seconds left, and they lost by 1. But that was fun, man. Every time I'd go there, we'd party so hard, and he had some good talent around him. It's a good time. Oh, you played at Towson High School? Right now I live in Rochester, New York. I'm from Buffalo, so I grew up in Orchard Park, New York, home where the Bills play, if you're into football at all. But I grew up like 3 minutes from the stadium. Almost walked there from my house that I grew up in. And I moved out to Rochester a couple of years ago. But I've lived around in a few places. Spent a lot of time in Southern California. My wife is from Santa Barbara, so I was out there a lot. Lived in Houston for a while, Connecticut for a little bit. And I've just had like friends and people all over the place where I spent a lot of time where I felt like I've almost lived, like West Palm Beach and I don't know, all over the place. Charleston. You played lacrosse at Towson High School? Leo? Oh, that's cool. So I don't know how old you are, man, but I'm 44. So Brad's either 43 or 44. He's exactly my age. That would have been the Final Four championship. I want to say 2000. Man, what year would that have been? 2000? He might have been a freshman. Because he won like, his name was Brad Monaco. He won like Rookie of the Year for the league I want to say for NCAA. He was really good. But him and all those dudes were cool. They were crazy though, man. I remember one night when I was visiting them, one of his buddies he had like this red car. It had to be like a Pinto or something. And he crammed like six of us into it. Like 3 of my buddies from high school that went to visit Brad, and then this guy driving. He was so hammered. I don't know how we ever. I mean, we were all hammered, so I mean, it's not like 19-year-olds that are fucked up like that are making good decisions. But he literally passed out in the car when he was driving, and I was sitting shotgun, and I heard the engine like downshift, and I looked over, and he's just like going 60 miles an hour on the highway. Dude, no. So luckily we survived that age. But yeah, those dudes could party. Oh, you're younger? No, yeah. So I'm 44, man. So that would have been like 2000. But all I remember was they played Syracuse because I'm from Buffalo. So like Syracuse was like, it's close to Buffalo. It's like Syracuse basketball is kind of like our home team. But great lacrosse school. That, from what I remember, it was a cool town too. Like I liked Towson. I just didn't like Baltimore. Although I did like the Inner Harbor. The Inner Harbor was actually a pretty cool place to party. But dangerous city. All right, I got 40 miles here to my next waypoint, Myrtle Beach. Should be hitting Myrtle Beach before sunset. I can see the coast. I don't know if you can see it on the stream, but the coast is right here. But 40 miles is not within my visibility. I do see a cloud layer up there, so I might divert, either go around it or go under it.
Southwest 249.
No reason to be anywhere else. All right, well, I agree. From what I saw, I agree. Do you still live out there? You still live in Towson, or are you on to somewhere else?
Delta 688, reduce speed to 230.
Embry-Riddle? I don't know where that is, man. Let me look that up. Embry-Riddle. Oh, Daytona. The school there. That's the aeronautical school. My bad. Daytona. What do I know about Daytona Beach? What did I do there? Okay. So I'm a musician. I'm a teacher now, but I was like a professional musician. I actually played with an orchestra for a long time, and we did a Florida tour, and we played in Daytona. Daytona was one of the cities. It was really random. Where was it though? Where did we play at?
2861, reduce speed to 230.
I gotta see that. I gotta check that hall now.
Delta 2861, reduce speed to 230, then to 28,000, please.
Your 31st and 8, Delta 2861.
What's the name of that venue? Not the Peabody Auditorium, no. What was it?
Zero compensator, turn left at 180.
It's gonna drive me nuts. I gotta figure out the name of this place now.
Regarding compensator. Zero compensator, click visual approach, runway 35.
For the visual 35, and a compensator.
Oh, Peabody Auditorium. Yeah, okay. That is it. Oh, shit. Of course. Gonna get a nice sunset over Myrtle Beach. And then, I'm going to kick this back, so I'm going to cheat a little bit here. I don't want it to get too dark. Yeah, I want to be able to see the coast when I get down there. 33 miles to Daytona. Or not the Daytona on the brain, the Myrtle Beach, Palm Beach. What are you studying at Embry-Riddle? What do you want to do with that? Are you teaching there or are you studying there?
West, southwest, ODR, 2,200 feet, up from the 3006. 3006, towards the front right.
Oh, cool. Right on, man. How long you got? Oh, and you're playing lacrosse. Nice. Okay. So I'm sure you're having some fun down there. Gotta be some good-looking girls down there too, compared to like Maryland, right? So, like all the hottest girls in the country just converge on like very specific spots when they're like teenagers, when they graduate high school or in their early 20s. It's a good place to live. I got a bunch of buddies that live in West Palm Beach and Boca. Like half of my high school friends live down there. They all moved down there together and never left. And it's fun. 75% male student body. Well, you just gotta rise above the competition, then, man. That's so funny that I brought up Towson randomly, and that's where you're from.
210 to center maintain 4,000. Left 210 to 10, 4,000, you got 13.
Yeah, right. Random. I don't even know how people find this shit too, man. Like, I just started doing this, and like, I don't know if like YouTube recommends it based on their algorithm. I guess they probably, right, based on like your interests. But yeah, I have so many random people that just find these streams. Not that you guys are random. I'm just saying it's like you're not subscribers that I know or anything like that. You know. I don't know how it all works with YouTube. But I'm having fun.
EPS 1366 heavy, the center maintain 1,700. Yeah, 1366 heavy.
All right. How's the stream look? Is everything coming in clear? Audio's good. Nothing weird going on. Doesn't look like a totally low rent production or anything. Hopefully.
1366 heavy, the airport 2 o'clock at 7 miles. Inside, 1366. Get 1366 enter at least a 4-mile final, clear visual approach runway 35. At least a 4-mile final and clear the visual 35. 13.
Oh man.
One turn right, heading 360.
909-360.
Should get to Myrtle Beach here in about 15 minutes. And I just zoomed down the coast of Charleston. Looks like that cloud layer is thinning out too, so I should be all right with that.
One in one southern, showing a little bit of weather of light precipitation on the west side of that. Just let me know if you're having any issues with it. Navigators, area 1 travelers, 2 travelers, 623.
Please get approved and we'll go.
This is gonna be a miracle if I don't piss myself before this flight's over.
usable, unusable at 1 Charlie, however, for the 2 South, it should work. Request,
Yeah. Except for Maverick. It's funny. Friedrich just said there are old pilots and there are bold pilots, but there are no old, bold pilots. Yeah, it's something you gotta be very cautious with, right? It's always safety first and everything by the book. Always err on the side of caution. Otherwise, you could lose a finger.
Charlie Alpha 5 miles of Piggy Trail, 020, maintain
What's that beer?
Nicole Travis, cleared on that 35, number 3 Charlie Alpha.
Maintain 10,000.
So leave it 2,800 for 10.
I got this friggin' song stuck in my head that my son is just. I got a 3-year-old son. He's into this song. Oh my god, it's like this old Irish. It's called the Rattling Bog. I don't know if you have ever heard of it, but I cannot get it out of my friggin' head, and it's so annoying. Just like sitting here, like thinking about the song in my head, like, oh. Down in the radio. Into the flea in the bird. It's driving me nuts. Flea and the bird and the nest and the nest and the egg and the egg and the nest and the nest and the twig and the twig and the limb, leaf and the leaf and the branch and the branch and the limb and the limb and the tree and the tree and the limb down in the valley. Oh. Keep singing that over and over in my head.
Number 6 South Affiliate, flight heading 33.
That song gets you hammered. I wish. I don't know. I gotta start like keeping some booze. Like, got no booze in the house right now. Oh wait, no, it's not true. Hold on. Autopilot finally. Be right back. I gotta have a beer.
5 Romeo Alpha, contact Myrtle Beach, departure on 119.2.
Myrtle Beach departure 11902, 5 Romeo Alpha. Excuse me. Myrtle Beach departure, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha with you at 6,500. I'm gonna go get a beer.
225 Romeo Alpha, Myrtle Beach departure. Good evening, Clarendon altimeter 30.07.
Clarendon altimeter 3007, 5 Romeo Alpha. All right, I'll be back in 30. I'm gonna go grab a beer.
Sorry, 6,000 Philly, perfect, clear line, only 2 cents.
It's right at 650 feet.
Got it.
Number 235, rest maintain VFR at or below 3,000 and route to your location. The Charlotte code is 3017. Your clearance to the 2017, basically 3,000 feet and not cleared yet.
All right, here we go. It's after midnight. Got a Brooklyn Brewery Bel Air Sour.
Hello, 638, 9,000.
Is this frowned upon in the aviation community, by the way? Cheers.
There's one spark coming off, and then I'll have your connect up to you anyway.
Oh, that's not bad. I also started getting into this because I had so much more fun watching YouTube videos of people doing this and like interacting with people streaming. Like there's a bunch of guys I follow. So there's a guy named Q8 Pilot, Captain Canada. That guy's hilarious. Cardboard Sim. The other ones, Cessna. There's all these guys that do this stuff and streaming. It's super fun. It's like more fun than watching TV. Like I'm so over TV. This is just way more enjoyable to me. Man, I'm trimmed out so beautifully right now.
Number 126 Alpha Hotel 73009 advised when you have the weather at deck, every expected visual approach.
I didn't miss anything, did I? I went to get my beer. They didn't tell me to divert for traffic or anything.
Airspace Papa Officer, maintain 10,000. 05.
Nice. I gotta get on course here. I'm a little off. What's going on here? Off about 6 degrees.
Maybe when I go 115 start charger.
See you, Leo. Nice hanging with you, man. Have a good flight. Beautiful, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. I hope to catch you on the next one. If you ever jump in, say hello again, all right? It's good talking. Good luck tomorrow. That's good. Never been into sours so much, but that's a good one. All right, Myrtle Beach. Flying over Myrtle Beach now. I tried to stream out yesterday and I was running auto ortho and it looked horrible. I was getting like the worst stuttering. So I'm not running auto ortho. The cities don't look as good, but at least I'm not getting 6 frames per second. Landing like strobe. Had to land it like I was in a freaking club with the strobe light on. Sucked. We'll fly right up on the coast, too. Tree and a feather and a bird and a nest and a leaf and a twig and a branch and a branch and the wood. The limb and the tree and the bark and the buck down in the valley, yo. Can't get it out of my head.
Number 625 Charlie, were you wanting 6,000 on the final?
That is Jacob's fault, my 3-year-old son. His favorite song. Kid literally just runs in circles and dances to that song on loop for an hour straight. And that's what I've been listening to for 2 days. There's the beach. All right, and then final waypoint, 86 miles to Charleston. Still hand flying it, no autopilot, no GPS. Everyone watching, I do appreciate you guys. Thank you. This has been a fun hobby that's kind of taken off for me, no pun intended. Was not planning on ever streaming or doing anything like this, but it's been fun.
Good morning.
Got 2 young kids at home, so it's something I can do at home quite a bit. Something I can do at home where I'm not totally bored out of my mind. Or like TV and sports. I mean, I'm a sports guy, but Mets are looking good. I'm a Mets fan. Buffalo Bills on my team. But aside from that stuff, it's like, man, 44 years old, man. Life gets boring. Got 2 young kids that go to bed at 8 every night.
5 field single radar service. Terminated squawk VFR frequency change approved. Good day. Squawk VFR, switching over. Good day. Talk to you later.
All right, getting back on the radio here. All right, so I want to leave this radio, the 239. Flying right over Myrtle Beach right now.
Number 08 uniform VFR altitude your address.
X-Plane. That's the Airfoil Labs Cessna. Best general aviation aircraft in flight simulation, hands down.
3004.
Well, yeah, it is. General aviation. The failure scenario is crazy on this thing. I had to replace my shimmy damper yesterday. Look at all these fails that can go wrong. I mean, just with the electrical fuel contamination, fuel vent blocked, wrong gas, fuel capped off on the other side. There you go, shimmy dumper. Oh, it's down to 11%. Yeah, whoops. So that's maybe I didn't fix it. I thought I did, but I think I forgot. But talk about study level. You can read up on all this stuff. The walk around features are fantastic. Study all the engine parts.
November 0 uniform approach.
All right, so I gotta fix that. I gotta fill up my left main tire a little bit. See what else is going on. Circuit breakers are all okay.
November 0 uniform route. Thank you very much.
Autopilot system, structural. I had a problem once where my aileron jammed on this thing, and I had to rudder fly it in for an emergency landing. That was hard. All the instruments, the backup instruments, altimeter, indicator standbys, okay. I mean, the vacuum indicator, like most other things, don't simulate all this stuff. Just kind of fly it. So. Awesome. All right, get on the 239 radio for 86 miles. That takes me right to Charleston. Charleston's a Class Charlie airspace. So what I'm going to do is load up my ATIS right now, 124.75. Oh wait, what am I doing? It's nav. I'm used to using the GPS, but I deactivated that tonight. Keep me honest. Should be there, what, 40 minutes?
Midway for 1,900 altimeter at 3003. Advised rider number 3. Advised standard number 0 direction.
Rockin' down in the radio, rockin' down in the radio. bee, and a feather, and a bird, and a bird, and a nest, and a nest, and an egg, and an egg, and a tree, and a tree, and a branch, twig, and a twig, and a branch, and a branch, and a limb, and a limb, and a tree, and a tree, and a bog, and a buck down in the valley. That's how I know I've listened to that song too many times. Oh. I was having a lot of respiratory issues recently. I had to quit smoking weed. I was a habitual smoker. I mean, I'd smoke I don't know, close to an eighth a day. So I quit that, but I had so much fun doing that and flying on here. So these are the moments where I really miss it. But the beer is definitely helping. But I got like bad pneumonia like twice within a year. Like I gotta take it easy. Stick to edibles or something if I have to, but. Sun is going down, 36 degrees up here at this altitude. Nice golf course down there. Looks like 36 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 4, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, yeah, 30, 31, 30, yeah, 36 hole golf course in Myrtle Beach. What is that? I'll look that up. $36 hole golf course, Myrtle Beach. Oh, Pine Hills and Palmetto at Myrtlewood. Okay. Myrtlewood. Myrtlewood Golf Club, that's what I'm looking at. Okay. 13 miles from the Myrtle Beach VOR. So I'm gonna pull up. Wait, does Charleston have a VOR? Yeah, so 113.5. So if I can catch that yet. Yes, there we go. 72 miles to Charleston. 237. I got that heading. Let's fly this heading. Should be there in about 40 minutes. Frame rate's looking good. Yeah, so I just can't use auto ortho when I stream. But the X-Plane vanilla scenery's gotten a lot better, so I'm okay with that. Still not as good as using ortho, but it just downloads all that satellite, the Bing map imagery right off, kind of like what Microsoft Flight Simulator does, right off the internet. But when you couple that with the streaming camera, it just chokes the network, and then the performance just craps out. This seems to be working just fine. I don't have my settings maxed out or anything. Next CPU I get, I'll probably go with like a 5090 though, and max everything out, and I won't even need the ortho. This does look pretty damn good. Let's get another outside shot. It's not bad, right? Not bad. Watch my altitude. I'm dropping a little bit.
253, 213, 3000.
253, watch your ready contact, Tommy 16,000, CX2 Lewis. Now 253, 133.15, high grade 8.
315, Southwest 233, good day.
Okay.
Tribe 81, Gator Area 1, Bravo High, from Russell Road, frequency Chamber 3.
Ohio Low, frequency.
I think for my next stream, I'll probably get like a good bottle of
Maintain 6,000.
some Johnny Blue.
Circuit 1384, Park Radar contact, on maintain 10,000.
I'm maintaining 10,000, American 13.
So hopefully, yeah, it should be just about dark when we get to Charleston. That'll be cool because I love the night lighting for landings in the cities. That's going to look really good. Cannot beat X-Plane's night lighting. And I'm using light mods by Drishal, which are way better than the vanilla lighting mod. So it should look pretty good on the landing.
1,500 for 3,000.
If I get a little tipsy, it should be a more exciting landing.
10,000.
Right, 030 on that heading, 10,000, Southwest 364.
Time, 8 p.m. Obviously, I'm not using real time. If I only did, I always do real weather, but if I always did real time when I flew, it would always be at night because I only fly really at night after my kids go to bed. Sometimes I'll get up early, like once in a while I'll be up at 5:30 in the morning just randomly, and I'll come in here and get an hour or two in before my kids wake up. But I can't stream or do any of this stuff when they're up.
1384, contact 120.3, good day.
22, American 13.
62 miles to Myrtle Beach. Clear, or not to Myrtle Beach, I'm sorry, to Charleston.
Morning, 1078, 1.10 for 3,000.
A little left of the radio, I gotta get back.
Wanna
ride this thing.
010.
Okay, Oregon.
American 1384, 120.2.
Likewise.
One of these times I gotta figure out how to stream some tunes without the copyright issues that are in here with YouTube and playing music. I do notice though when I put music on through the external speakers that I'm running the computer off of, it sounds horrible on the stream. It gets really washed out. But I'd like to have some like nice lo-fi like hip hop beats on in the background or something. Oh wait, so the Airfoil Labs has that option right here. I don't think you'll hear it though.
If you want to go 115 ready service terminate.
Click the music switch. There you go. Probably can't hear that on the stream, but that's okay.
November 645, Charlie Bear, Delta 3010. 010.
One more swig in there. I could literally do this all night. It's so friggin' fun, man. Hand flying an X-plane. Maybe I should just fuel up in Charleston and head down to Boca. No, I can't. My wife's working tomorrow, and I got to take care of the kids all day. I don't want to do that on an hour of sleep. Not me. I got another 4 days off. It's this little inlet here. Georgetown. Flying over Litchfield Beach. That is Georgetown, South Carolina or North? Yes. Yeah, South Carolina, of course. It's getting dark. It's going to look so good landing in Charleston in the dark. Take a look at the airport. So I could cancel my flight following right now and then just call up tower on my own, but I'm going to get the ATIS now. Wait, how do I? Okay, so I only got one comm radio because I deactivated my GPS for this flight, so I don't have the primary radios on there. I don't want to come off of this frequency because I'm under flight following right now, so I'll probably just, I don't need the ATIS. I still got probably a half hour before I get there. All right. Last beer. Last sip, last beer. He's on the roof.
Contact Airline 360, enable direct mount Pleasant, confirmation 10,000. 360, enable direct mount Pleasant, 10,000, and flight 1022.
I'm going to go hands-free, just fly with the rudders for a little bit. Oh, God, 3-hour flight.
And flight 1690, departure radar contact, turn left direct Sawyer, confirmation 10,000.
Turn direct Sawyer 10,000, and flight 1690.
There we go. $51.5 miles to Charleston. Got the beautiful Atlantic Ocean on my left
22, contact.
and the beautiful sunset on my right. Should I do a stall for fun? So the more I drink, the more I'm going to start doing stupid shit like stalls and spin recovers. I'll do that after I land. I'm going to land, park, And then I'm going to take off again. I'm going to do some acrobatic stuff around Charleston. 10 feet AGL along the highway. I do see that I got a few people watching. Hello. Hello, everybody. Feel free to let me say hello in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm always interested to talk to people and see where they're from and where they're watching.
127.4.
Proceed on course, and I'll send your instructions.
Rochester Hills, Michigan. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, man? I'm Rochester, New York. How about that? You a Lions fan? They're looking good, man. It's so nice that the Bills and the Lions are not bottom feeders anymore. I love it when stuff like that happens. They even like root for the Browns, even as horrible as they are. Just those traditionally horrible franchises, when they start doing really well, man, those are the fan bases that deserve it. I had a cousin that pitched for the Tigers. He was a big league pitcher back in the late 90s. His name was Greg Cagle. He was horrible. It was back when the Tigers were just brutal. But nonetheless, he was a big league pitcher, and he made it up there, and he even started some games. I remember watching him on TBS once in high school. Me and my dad were watching, and he pitched against the Atlanta Braves, like Chipper Jones. You know, and he just got brutalized in the first 2 innings, and he got pulled. But no, I mean, he made it. I mean, you make it to that level. There's nothing to not be proud of. There's just so many talented people in like every venue of life that, you know, you're going up against the very best ever to do what you do in the entire world. It's to be expected. Is Rochester Hills, is that near Detroit, or are you more like on the other side? Like, what is it over there? Like, Ann Arbor's not over there. East Lansing, right? I don't know Michigan that well, to be honest with you. I've actually never been to Michigan.
510,000 left turn 040 Quebec.
Running smooth right now. Yeah. But I was like the Wolverines growing up. I loved the football team. Charles Woodson was my favorite player. 24 miles north. Okay, cool. So so I grew up in Buffalo. I just moved to Rochester, New York 2 years ago. But I was also right on the border of Canada. Do you have a lot of Tim Hortons there, and you guys like curling as much as they do in Buffalo?
5 Romeo Alpha, contact Myrtle Beach departure on 127.4.
Myrtle Beach departure 1274, 5 Romeo Alpha. Myrtle Beach departure, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha with you at 6,500.
November 225 Romeo Alpha, Myrtle Beach departure. Good evening, Georgetown altimeter 30.05.
3005, 5 Romeo Alpha.
For 0 to Mike, contact star 13565. 13565.
I gotta say, man, Detroit pizza, my favorite, man. I mean, I spent most of my life going to like all the best places in New York City. But something about Detroit style, I just love the way they. It's so good. Very underrated. Very underrated pizza nationally. I'm off. I gotta get. I'm off my radio bag, good Mark. I wanna back on. Should be to Charleston in about 25 minutes, definitely under a half hour. Staying up late tonight, man. How far along? I'm not quite there yet, man. So I got started. Let me think. 2 years ago. I'm nowhere near 40 hours. I couldn't even tell you where I'm at right now. I haven't had a lesson in over a year. So last summer I was taking my lessons. I had a couple consecutive ones in a week. And then I got really bad pneumonia, like 104 fever for like a week straight, hospitalized. I was down for 6 weeks. And then when I started to, get my health back, my flight instructor left. Like she just left the Rochester Air Center where I was training at. That's where 225 Romeo Alpha is at. So I just was like, shit. Like, and I kind of never pursued it much after that for a while. Like life just got busy. I went back to work. Then I just like reconnected. So I'm starting up again. And if you look through the stream, my current CFI is all over the stream in the beginning. And what was his name? Escobar, Passenger Escobar. His name is Brian. He's a 737 pilot, switching to the 777 next year. But so I'm rolling with him again this summer now, and I'm getting back into it. I'm gonna have a ways to go yet. Probably at least another, if I had to guess, I haven't even seen my log, but 25 hours to go at least. And then I still have to do my solo, and then obviously the check ride and all that. So not close, but I'm not rushing it. I just want to have this. I want to have it all done in the next few years, maybe. I'm not rushing it. It's expensive too. That's the thing. I'm a teacher, so it's like I don't have tons of cash to burn, and it's going to cost me 5 figures easily to finish my training.
Okay. Right now,
My phone a long time. Oh, you what? Cool, man. 121 dispatcher. What was like? What's your favorite thing you've flown? Like, what's your choice? Aircraft. What kind of flying did you do? Sun's down beyond the horizon now, I believe. There's like a big cloud layover off to my west, but.
Right, 1450, 1400.
Start 50 now, so American 1454.
All right, how are we doing here?
There's a breakdown for American 2207. 2307, 249. 249, thanks.
This back. You got to realign everything here. My gyro's off. 254. So the 255 radial will take me there. I'm on 245. Yeah, I got so. I'm not checking my gyro enough. I got way off. Was not aligned with my compass. Worked for Kalita Air. Stick time at 7:47. Yeah. That's cool, man.
We have X-ray compass 6023.
Very cool, dude. Very cool, Eric.
Contact Jacksonville departure on 121.275.
Jacksonville departure 121.275 for 5 Romeo Alpha, correct. Jacksonville departure, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha with you at 6,700. Watch my altitude.
November 225 Romeo Alpha, Jacksonville departure. Good evening, McClellanville, altimeter 30.05.
McClellan altimeter 30.05, 5 Romeo Alpha. Okay. So the 747s are kind of, they're almost phased out now, right? Does United still use those, or I know like United had a huge 747 fleet out of like SFO, I believe, right? Yeah. Nope. I've actually never been in a 747. I've always wanted to like just do a walkthrough, check out the. Don't they have a cabin like under the cockpit, right? There's like a luxury, or is that where like the crew stays? I guess probably every airline is different how they configure them. I cannot get my gyro line here. All right, 30 miles to Charleston. This is going to be a beautiful landing. Should be on the ground in, I don't know what, 15 minutes or so. Big anti-planes, right? Actually, that's what my CFI is. He's a cargo pilot. This is definitely going to end up being the longest hand flight of my time on the sim. I've never done a 3-hour plus flight with no autopilot, no GPS. But a lot easier with the stream with some good dudes to talk to. Keep me company. God, I wish I had some more beer. Just swig out of this. A little swell in the bottom. $26 miles. Did I get a readback? Jacksonville approach, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha. Can I get a radio check?
5 Romeo Alpha, 5x5.
You do a lot of VATSIM flying? Cool, man. I actually, I got into Pilot Edge big time, so that's how this whole channel started. So I started Pilot Edge because I felt like that was the best thing for me to get really fluent with my communication and airspace training on my own. And I started like recording my videos so that I could reference them, but I ran out of like storage space on my phone, so I started posting them on YouTube because you can really post anything you want on YouTube. Then I got some subscribers. I was like, oh, cool, people are like interested in this. So I posted like every rating I've done on Pilot Edge, and somehow I just ended up doing some live streaming recently. This is like my third live stream flight, but it's been so fun. It's a really cool way to connect. But if you ever do VATSIM flying, man, do you do X-plane or micro? It doesn't matter either way, because if you ever want to connect on VATSIM and do like a shared flight, I would love to do that, man. My CFI has shared flight, which is like a subscription thing, but only one person needs to have it. I don't need it. He said I could just get on there with him. I'm going to do that. But I have some other guys on YouTube I connected with that do stuff on VATSIM. So if you ever want to get down and do a joint flight, like I would love to do that, man. Like maybe like working some pattern work or something like that. That'd be freaking cool. Because on VATSIM, it doesn't matter what platform you're on. It's kind of like Pilot that way, right? Like you just log in, sign in, and you can fly anywhere, even if you don't have ATC coverage. So that would be really cool. But yeah, if you're ever down for that, let me know, man. Just shoot me a message on YouTube or something and comment on one of my old videos and be like, hey, I'm going to be doing a VATSIM flight this day, this time. And I'll definitely hop in if I can. As long as it's after my kids go to bed. Since 2001? Yeah. That's crazy, man. Almost 25 years, huh? VATSIM's great. I can't believe that's free. Good people working there, doing that stuff. All right, 21 miles. They got to hand me off soon, right? I'll be in their airspace in 10 minutes or 5 minutes here. So on my left here is Mount Pleasant Regional, Faison Field, down there on the left. Probably can't see that on the stream. My big head's probably blocking it. But then, I mean, that's basically like a Charleston suburb. Folly Beach is right down there. So yeah, I'm getting there. All right, I'm going to pull up Charleston's frequencies. I got to get the ATIS now.
5 Romeo Alpha. Continue straight in towards the field. Descend at your discretion. Expect runway 21.
All right, continue straight in. Expect runway 21, and I'll descend at my discretion. 5 Romeo Alpha. I got to get the ATIS. To 4.75. Whoops. Oh, it is? Making sure I got them locked in. Tower will be on
5 Romeo Alpha, contact Charleston Tower on 126.0.
Charleston Tower on 1260, 5 Romeo Alpha. All right. Charleston Tower, Skyhawk 225 Romeo Alpha, 16 miles to the northeast, inbound for a full stop, and I don't have the ATC. I got the airport in sight.
November 225 Romeo Alpha, Charleston International Airport Tower. Enter left base for runway 21.
6062, sir, left heading.
Enter the left base for runway 21, 5 Romeo Alpha. Left base 21. How am I going to do that? So, like this. Actually, I'm good. I'll just stay right on this heading, make a right turn, about a mile from the field, hook left, and I'm in. It's a little darker. Had to make it dark, sorry. On a night landing. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why the ATIS isn't pulling up though. Try it again really quick. I know I can't break off the tower, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna get the ATIS manually here. Weather. 270 at 4 knots, visibility 10 miles, ceiling 12,000. 3009. Airport elevation 46 feet.
Back at 2531. The park is going to be on 24-235 now. Okay, 24-35, thanks.
Ten, 11 miles from the field.
Blue Street 5491, you're going to follow company 145 here from the left. I'll let you know when to move up. The park is going to be 24-35.
And eyes on the airport.
145 to 24-35.
Let me do my descent checklist here. Oh. All right, mixture rich, fuel set to both. I have ATIS, altimeter set. Instruments are all good. Heading indicator to compass. Let's see. 275. Yeah. I'm going to be entering the left base, runway 21.
So you're at 600 grabbing you up? That's full bob. So at 600 grabbing, 2807, runway 279, number 1, quick left. So that's normally 279.
I'm going to slow down a little bit. 8 miles from the airport.
Team on 6114, flying 265, runway 27 left, good take off. 265, 27 left, clear take off, 114.
All right, so I got to enter the left base. 21.
Team on 6062, contact point 7 minutes. Certified should be 2, please not 60.
All right, this will take me right into the base. Get over a little more.
American 2531, flying 230, runway 27 left, good take off. Let's take off 27 left, 230, American 25.
So after I land, I'm gonna taxi to parking and everything. Then I'm gonna have a little fun. I'm gonna take off and do a little joyride around Charleston at about, I don't know, 10 to 20 feet AGL.
About 698, runway 27 left, last flight.
Gotta do the responsible stuff first, though. It's X-plane night lighting, looks good. Frame rate's good, no problems. Yeah, so my problem has been auto ortho with streaming. Whenever I run auto ortho, it kills my streams. But if I don't run auto ortho, it's fine. And the beta of scenery is good enough. Good enough. I don't need satellite imagery. Doesn't make a difference to me. Yeah, Aaron, definitely, man. Sounds like a plan. Please reach out, okay? I definitely want to get into some shared flight stuff. Working patterns, shoot approaches together, that kind of stuff. Maintain separation. Be a lot of fun. And helpful. I need to work with traffic more. Piloted traffic just doesn't keep up with the real world. There's not enough of it. Not enough people on at any given time to really get immersed into the whole traffic. They run like AI aircraft, like drones on Pilot Edge, but they don't do airport procedures. Smooth on your end? Good. Nice. All right, there's the airport. About to enter left base. 2-1. Slow down, get my first flaps lever down.
Contact 2531, contact point yesterday. Departure, 2531.
So if, I don't know if you can see it on the stream, but it's flashing runway lights right there. Too fast though, I'm way too fast. Break out here a little bit. Widen the base.
43 Heavy, we're out of 2,008 mile visual point tonight. Package 43 Heavy, crossway to road, Heavy going 777, just about vacating the runway now, wind 290 at 7.
I can't go next notch of flaps yet. Still 1,000 feet above the. What we got here? So. Way too fast. I'm gonna go rudder right, aileron left. There we go. Bleed some speed.
Here
we go.
5 Romeo Alpha winds 170 at 3, runway 21 clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 21, 5 Romeo Alpha. All right, full flaps. There we go. That worked, that rudder trick. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. A little slip there. There we go. 2 red, 2 white. Landing lights on, taxi lights on. Oh, too low now. A little low.
Mark 6098, contact, Mark up here. Mark 6098, was here.
Man, what a flight. This was fun. 75 knots. On short final now. I'm going to pull back to 65.
Bush 5648 did afternoon. You follow 319, all right?
Right in there. Fighting for that center line. Just a little. Take that. This might. So I gotta exit to the left.
5 Romeo Alpha, welcome to Charleston. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Thank you. Over to ground 1219er, 5 Romeo Alpha. Pull off to the left here. Easy, easy. There we go. No GPS needed. No autopilot needed. Good old-fashioned hand flying. Radio navigation. Charleston ground, Skyhawk 225, runway Alpha's clear of runway 21 at hotel. Request taxi to transit. No stall horn, no.
Romeo Alpha, taxi to General Aviation Parking by Hotel Charlie, cross runway 33, then Golf 1. Have a good day.
Transient via Hotel Charlie, cross 33, then Golf 1. 5 Romeo Alpha, good night. All right, hotel. This is kind of a confusing airport. Hotel Charlie, there's no Charlie. Oh, here it is, yeah, sorry.
5 Romeo Alpha, negative, taxi to General Aviation Parking by Hotel Charlie, cross runway 33, then Golf 1. Have a good day.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Hotel Charlie, cross 33, Golf 1. 5 Romeo Alpha. Okay, Hotel Charlie. Oh, I got it. Okay, so I just go straight left, cross 33, Golf. All right, it's gonna be a long taxi, so this will be fun. But after I taxi, like I said, I'm gonna do a little quick joyride around Charleston at a very dangerously low altitude. But I want to complete the full flight first. Yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly. It's sure. There's like a Boeing. I'm pretty sure Charleston Airport has like a Boeing assembly hangar here somewhere too. I think this is where they manufacture a lot of 777s here. But yeah, this is a shared military airport. That I know for sure. There's a whole restricted area on the west side of the airport. So maybe I'll go over there. See what's going on. Think they would mind if I did a low flyover over their secret little restricted area? Savannah's Gulfstream. Sorry. Yeah, there's like an assembly ramp on the south. Yeah, like off to my right. I know you probably can't see out my right window. I think the view is better out of the left. But I gotta shut my strobe light off. Hold on. Give me a friggin' headache. Okay, crossing 33. No traffic. Let's go. For rich snobs. Chartering, yeah. So I have a family member. My sister and her husband are definitely rich snobs, and they private jet everywhere. But yeah, I get it, man. Like they're a friggin' pain in the ass. Huh. Why don't these towels smell like lemongrass? Shut up. Can't imagine dealing with that people like that in customer service or with anything. Yes. Nothing against you if you're a rich snob. Good for you. If you're watching. Golf. All right, this is golf 2. Gotta go to golf 1. All right, this is golf 2. Ooh, skies crystal clear. All right, so what I'm going to do after I park here, I'm going to shut the aircraft down. I'm going to switch the time up. I'm going to make it a little more dusk so you can see a little better. And we're going on a joyride, golf 1. I'll let ground know as well. I'll go right to the tower. Just tell them I'm going to be doing a little flyover. All right, and that is it. Made it. Boom. All right, good enough right here. All right. This is not even on. This I just put like a desktop background picture on here that says Cessna. Normally that would shut off and go black. Flaps up. Trim set to take off. Lean the mixture. Magnetos off. Boom. All right, that was fun. So now I'm gonna have real fun. Start the plane back up automatically. Normally I don't do that with the airfoil labs, but this is just the fun part. Just screwing around now. All right, let's make it. Uh-oh. All right. I'm gonna make it duskier. Watch this. Boom. That. There we go. All right. Let's have some fun. Get this off. All right. So where's the restricted area? I'm gonna go. There it is on the other side. I'm gonna go do a little low flyover over there. Shut this music off first. All right. Low. Whoa. There we go. Excuse me. What's going on over here, you shady shits? Let's get a look. Better get in between these. Yeah. This is not an acrobatic plane. Maybe I should, you know what I should do? I should load up the Yak. Hold on, let's do that. This is, here. I'm going to load up a Yak 55. Or I could do a Mustang P51. You have a preference? P51 or acrobatic Yak 55? Anyone watching? First one to tell me, that's what we'll do. I'm going to do some stunt flying in between buildings here. Let's just get the. This is not going to be as good as my first landing, so I don't care at this point. Let's just land over here in the grass. All right. Acro? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. P51 would be fast, but it's not nearly as agile. There we go. There's the Yak. There we go. Charleston. All right. Let's go right on. Let's go runway 3. Go on the Opposite direction. Just start with engines running. I don't want to waste any time. Honeycomb? No, I got the Yoko Plus. Just Flight. And I'm gonna upgrade to their pedals next too. I'm gonna get the Retos. I almost got the Honeycomb. That's what my CFI has, but the Yoko for me was just a better option. All right, here we go. This will be fun. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it or not. I painted the top black. I wanted my sim to look all blacked out. Normally this top right here would be gray, but I blacked it out. All right, here we go. This will be fun. This all the way. This all the way. I don't need to say intentions. All right, time for some. This is not going to be easy. Take this one off. All right. There we go. Wow. Yeah, not the Cessna anymore. Oh, shit, right through the tree. All right. It's so agile, I'm not used to this. Oh, here we go. Let's see if I can get my GPS on here. Hold on, because I have no idea. I have no sense of. Is that going to crash the sim? Hold on. Oh, shit. Never mind. Still has the bevel. Goodbye. I don't need you. Oh, here we go. Well, there's a nice looking bridge. Nice little bridge over there. It's pretty low. It's so touchy. Like I'm not at all used to this touchiness. Now the problem is this looks like a very low bridge, and with X-Plane you can't fly through the bridge. Like it'll crash. So I'm gonna take a closer look. No way. No way, right? Right? Should I go for it? I don't even think these struts are wide enough. Oh, shit. Ah! Shit, too low. Nope. Whatever, man. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. One more time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this through New York City. We'll do this through New York. Let's take off from LaGuardia. I can't imagine what the frame rate's going to be, though. Streaming and flying through New York. Runway 31. They have, like, you know, bridges that are taller than 10 feet as well in New York, so I can fly into those a little easier. All right, here we go. Oh, man, it's sitting here for like 4 hours. I can't even. How long have I been streaming? What does it even say? Let me see here real quick. I don't know. All right. It's already running. Oh, all right. Where's the yak? There we go. 3:35. Oh, thankfully I don't have to work tomorrow. Come on. Taking longer to load than normal too. That's probably the stream, right? All right, I'll do a quick little trip around Manhattan here. Hit some bridges along the way, or hopefully go under them. Here we go. Where's my volume? Oh, wait. What the fuck was that? What are we doing here? Why did my plane just fall on its face? What's happening? Why did that happen? Come on. Don't fall on your face again. What is going on? It's like it's stuck. There we go. Whoa. All right, we're up. There we go. All right, so New York will be up to the northeast. Or not northeast, I'm sorry, west. Float plane, yeah, I could. But first, it doesn't seem like it's running really well. Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, a float plane would have probably saved me on that last flight, huh? Not really. I just would have crashed into the bridge. I don't have my bearings here. I don't have a heading indicator on this panel. I gotta go west. Which way is west? Oh, here we go. I got my scenery downloading very late too. Right. So this is the East River. I'll hop over the East River. There's some good bridges to fly under. Not up this far though. I gotta get further south. Up here in the Bronx, in Queens, they put all the short bridges. Roosevelt Island. Actually, that's where what bridge is that there? That's the bridge that goes over to like Williamsburg. Williamsburg Bridge, yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's go through the city here first. That's a narrow stretch. Nope. I need to get up one of the avenues. Yo. Central Park. Nice view of Central Park. See? Central Park. Talk about rich snobs, all these parkside places here. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, that was it. That would have been a building strike. Here's the Hudson. Come down the West Side Highway here. These houses, like there's just houses in here. Yeah, that was a good one. Cleared that one. There you go. Oh, jeez. Ah. 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 There's the Brooklyn Bridge. Let's do it. We're going to the Brooklyn Bridge. Oh wait, no, that's not Brooklyn. This would be. Well, this is. Oh, that's not the Brooklyn Bridge. Honestly, this is running pretty smooth, all things considered. Streaming in, flying where I'm flying at the speed. Oh wait, where'd the river go? I just lost the river. I'm gonna lose the river. Clearance here. Oh wait, that's. Wait. The hell did I get over here? I'm over in Brooklyn. Way over in Brooklyn. Stop at Peter Luger's. Let's give the Statue of Liberty a high five. It's up to Verrazano out there, I believe. Come here, Lady Liberty. I'll give you a little high five with my wing here. Governor's Island. Go. Come here. I gotta go back to the East River. I don't want the Hudson. I'm gonna go to the East. East has all the bridges. There's only one bridge on the Hudson. Oh, sailboat. All right, here we go. Riding up the East. There's the Brooklyn Bridge. That's easy. That's so much easier than the Charleston bridges. And that's the Williamsburg Bridge in front of us. My favorite steakhouse in the world is right off this bridge on this side, right up here. Peter Luger's Steakhouse. Incredible steak. Back to Manhattan. All right, I'm gonna land it in Central Park. I think I gotta go to bed. Hudson. Oh, wait. Wrong way. Central Park's this way. Overshot it. There we go. Empire State. Oh, we gotta do a flyby by the Empire State Building. And I'm gonna land it in Central Park, assuming I don't crash before then. All right. Central Park will be right behind that very tall building. That's a residential building. Uh-oh. Called 632 Park Place. The penthouse in that building is like $80 million. Freaking stupid. Whoops. All right, dropping too much speed. Okay, come on, get up there. There's the park. Now, the problem with Central Park is there's a lot of trees. So, oh, you know, it's Park Avenue. Why not? No, that's why not. Too many cars. All right, there's more open spaces in Central Park than this. It's not this filled in. There's definitely a lot of trees, but I mean, there's a lot of open space too. Come on. There we go. There you go. Pretty soft touchdown, I'll take that. Nice little trip to Central Park. Oh. Forget with these tail draggers, you can't just slam on the brakes like that. All right, that's it from me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. Anyone there still watching, I appreciate you very much. Aaron, good talking to you, especially Matt. And if you had fun, feel free to subscribe and catch me on the next one, okay? Oh. All right, kill the stream. All right, take it easy, guys. Have a good night.